Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Galaxy Quest, and this movie came out in 1999, starring Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Alan Rickman, rest in peace, and Sam Rockwell is in it too, and I thought this movie was fun overall. The humor in this movie worked for me. It was basically just a parody of Star Trek, or it's very inspired by Star Trek, but it's using that to kind of tell its own story. And I do prefer this movie over Spaceballs, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because Spaceballs, the humor in that movie was just referencing certain things that you already know, and really relying on just these little moments that you get, and if you don't get these moments, then the movie's not really going to work for you. Whereas in this, it's just taking something else that already exists and using it as a vehicle to tell its own story, and that I prefer. Even if this movie doesn't come out perfect, it's still fun to watch for me. And while I don't find the humor to be incredible, or am I scream laughing at any point for the most part, it's still entertaining for me. I wasn't really bored while watching this movie. I was always interested to see where it was going, and the special effects in this movie I thought looked pretty good for 1999. And the characters are established well enough, and I think this movie has a really great cast, and they're fun to watch, at the very least. And Alan Rickman in this movie, he was my favorite character in the whole film, and he was pretty funny to watch. And to overall summarize what this movie is to me, it's nice, simple entertainment, and that's what it is. That's all it's trying to be, and it works for me. And it's a good movie overall that's not very deep. It doesn't really connect with me. It's not a very strong satire, but it works well enough, and that's why it works for me. It hits what it's trying to well enough, and that's why I can say it's a good movie. But in terms of issues that I had with this movie, the plot beats in this movie are very predictable. You can see everything coming from a mile away, and in terms of structure, there's nothing new here. Except for maybe a couple jokes, but aside from the humor in this movie, there's nothing really all that original in this film that hasn't been done in other movies before. And there are parts in this movie where it does take itself seriously, and those parts of the movie I can kind of do without. Not that it was bad necessarily, but I just didn't really care all that much. I just would have preferred if it was never taking itself seriously ever. Just any movie where I am laughing consistently and it doesn't take itself seriously ever, really. Things like that are movies that I connect with a lot better. Whereas this, it's it's half satirical and sometimes it's trying to be serious, which is something that I can do without. And in terms of being a parody of Star Trek, I do feel as though this movie hits what Star Trek is trying to be, and you do get a good understanding from the filmmaking that the people who are making this movie have an understanding of what they want this to be and what Star Trek is and how to really play into that and all these different things going on in the film that make it entertaining to watch, or at least for me. And that's about all I have to say about Galaxy Quest. I didn't really have a whole lot of notes for this movie. It's just yep, that was good. I like that. Tim Allen was pretty funny in the movie, and there's the things to like about the movie. It's just, yep, that worked for me, or that didn't work for me. I don't care for when the movie is trying to be serious. But for the majority of the film, I was entertained, and I liked it overall. And it's not a movie that I'm necessarily rushing back to, but it's still a good movie by the end of the day. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Galaxy Quest a 6 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Galaxy Quest, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Insidious: The Red Door, the last of the Insidious movies that I have not seen yet. I've seen all of them except this one, so look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.